Hello everyone, and welcome back to Kinkoi, Ella's route. Ouro is in the know. The cat's out of the bag. Well, there's no cat, but, wrong game. Oh, point is we know.
聞きたいと言うからさすがイチね。当時の私のこと名字まで覚えてたなんて。
Well, that's very generous of you. We did not.
シルビー様、その件は部外秘です。公然とはいえ、民間人に明かすことは許されません。
そうだったかしら。もう。
Okay, bye.
失礼します。
どったエルチン。
Oh, we're in trouble.
おやおや、なんだよ、嵐かよ。面白くなりそう。
Yeah, no kidding.
シルビー様の出生のことを聞いたのですか？
Yes, and? Yes? Ella turned up out of nowhere and interrogated me. Mina-chan had just left.
オーロ、王室の問題は難しいのです。下手に首を突っ込めば厄介なことになることはすでに知っているはずでしょう。
I mean, yeah, but when is the right time? I wasn't expecting her to drop a bombshell like that one on me either. Sylvie used a different name a long time ago. Anyone who heard that would definitely be curious why. It was only natural to want to ask, and I never thought a royal family's secret would come out of it so readily.
隠し事というわけではありませんが、シスア家イスタ家にとっては非常にデリケートなことです。口外はせぬようお願いします。
Alright, this is a weird question, but why is Siswa always capitalized and Ista is not? Am I the only one that finds that odd? Tell me in the comments. Okay.
もう、あなたは本当にシルビー様にとって絶え間なく騒動を持ち込む種ですね。
And you, and Rhea, and pretty much everybody. I guess I can't deny that. The cause lay with the bombshells all around me rather than me personally, to be accurate. Tap dancing through that minefield. But everything kind of fits now. Like the reason you treasure Sylvie so much, for instance. Sylvie was her blood-related little sister, after all. Their positions may have been altered, but that was an inseparable bond.
そういう言い方はやめてください。私は血縁がどうのでシルビー様に仕えているわけではない。
It doesn't hurt.
騎士として、従者として、シルビア様に無償の忠誠を誓っているだけです。
Really?
本当に。
I see. True, my description just now was rude to Ella, to one who served as a knight every single day. But you know Ella.
はい。
Allegiance and self-sacrifice are different. This conversation had cleared away every question I had about Ella. Why she had pledged so much loyalty to Sylvie. Why she had stubbornly rejected fencing, which she wanted to continue badly enough that it would put her into a slump. And why her engagement was predetermined even though she didn't actually have a fiancé. Don't you have your own life?
シルビア様に従事することが私の人生です。
I know you're devoted. But why quit fencing over it? Why try to pick your marriage partner solely for the sake of friendship between the Siswas and Istas? Ella faced away as I poked holes into her logic, like Swiss cheese. I should have known. I really had gotten the wrong idea about her. If I actually thought it through, there was no way Ella had a fiancé. If someone as straight-laced as Ella was engaged, she never would have been pretend lovers with another man like myself. Wasn't this past month I'd spent proof she wasn't engaged?
それが私の人生なのです。
I thought devotion to Sylvie was your life.
私の人生を私が決めて何か問題が？
Well, yeah, there is. I love you, Ella, so I don't want to give up on you for some imaginary fiancé.
オーロ。
Well, even writing this off as my own whim, Sylvie's bothered by it too. She can't believe you're throwing fencing away for her sake, especially when you love it as much as you do.
しかしこれは私の忠誠の証として。
I don't think Sylvie needs that kind of symbol. What you're doing isn't allegiance, it's dependence.
依存？私がシルビーに依存していると？
I mean, yeah. Ella was shaken. She clearly didn't want it pointed out, but she likely had a vague idea of that fact herself. I felt bad phrasing it as dependence, but had zero intention of fully denying it either. Everyone gets involved in some organization or another at some point in their lives, and it's extremely rare to not become dependent on it. Be it a knight, a warrior, or what have you, made for the perfect example. It was their honor to be dependent and serve their country or royal family. But Sylvie didn't want all that. Pretty sure Sylvie mostly just wants to hang out and eat melon pan. And if so, that needed to be conveyed to her in no uncertain terms. Sylvie doesn't want you to be dependent on her. She wants you to lead your own life. Would it hurt anything if you didn't quit fencing? You are free to live for Sylvie's sake, but if you love fencing, let's search for some other path where you two can at least coexist. That's what Sylvie wants. Sylvie wanted Ella to continue fencing, so that much was true.
そうなのですか？
I mean, it's pretty clear. That's what she said.
では、
Had to really fight back the urge to be like, that's what she said. Wait.
はい。
I assume you just thought you'd continue when you heard Sylvie wants you to.
それが何か？
What do you want? You can't keep doing that. That is dependence. If you find fencing fun and want to continue, then do it. If you don't, then quit. What we want is for you to make that choice on your own.
よくわかりません。
I get that. This seems kind of complicated to me too. I wasn't very smart, and I found it difficult to verbalize those feelings. I was doing a pretty good job. But, yeah. But if I repeated something she said... You know, doesn't your life belong to you?
はあ。
You're alive. Doesn't this time belong to you and you alone? I believe that everyone is free to lead their lives however they choose, whether that means a lifestyle of dashing full throttle out of a desire to be golden, or a leisurely lifestyle that's subdued and unassuming. But the one who makes that choice should be you personally. I once made a decision that cost me my teammates, my friends, everyone. But I don't regret it. My choice was to pretend to be cool. I don't know whether I succeeded, but even now, I don't regret that decision. Come to think of it, Ella was the only one who knew about my past. She gave a tiny nod. That's how I want it to be for you too, Ella. The one thing I want is for you to make a decision. I have no clue whether it'll lead to a future that's shining gold or subdued and unassuming, but...
あら。
Huh? All right, we said the right thing. Nice. Ella leaned her face in close for a surprise attack. It's a good surprise attack. I was so startled I couldn't respond to the gesture in time. Ella had swooped in and pressed her lips against mine, as if it were the most natural thing in the world. Our first kiss in a week. This time around, her kiss felt so much softer compared to the last time when I had initiated it. Huh? What? I think my brain short-circuited. Was that the sort of conversation that led to a kiss just now? Apparently. Ella giggled and...
一理あると思いました。
Right.
私のすべてはシルビーの、シルビア様のためにある。これは変えられません。
Yeah, I think that's how it's meant to be.
でもだからこそ、シルビー様に依存している今の自分は律するべきだとも思いました。フェンシングについては、本当によくわかりません。楽しいと思っているのは確かですが、今楽しんでいる以上の何を目標にするか決まってない。
Is it me? Am I the fun? Right.
でももう一つは、この一週間悩んで答えが見えていたんです。
Another? Was that... I would say that's a yes. What? I have no idea how to react to that one. She kissed me again. She kissed me like it were only natural, and my heart ached at the incredibly soft sensation of her lips. Ella smiled happily.
オーロ、あなたと婚約したいです。
Whoa, already? That's fast. Okay. Huh?
おっしゃる通り、シルビーがシスア家に行くことになった時から、私は将来はシスア家に嫁ぐことを考えていました。
Well, little problem with that. We're not royalty.
そうしてまた、シルビーと姉妹に戻る。小さい頃のことなので、そんな考えもあったのかも。今になっても、婚約するならば、両家の架け橋となる。イスタ家の息女として、最も有効な道を選ぶつもりでしたが。
That line of thinking suited someone like Ella, who was both a knight and the daughter of a high-class family.
でも、やめです。私はあなたと婚約したい。今答えが出ました。私、エロイナ・ディ・カバレロ・イスタは、市松オーロ、あなたを愛しています。
Alright. Yeah. I was blindsided by her direct profession of love, and it left me feeling flustered. Actually, as far as that goes, I honestly figured you would take things more slowly. I figured she'd get on board with the idea eventually, but I was more so focused on getting this fencing thing situated, then pursue her in earnest afterward. But Ella had other plans.
あなたはシルビア王女のご友人であり、またソルティレージュのどこにも遺恨を生まない。イスタ家にも悪い話ではない。
Well, I mean, I'm all for giving you my hand, but as long as it doesn't have to be literal.
何より私はもうあなたを愛している。迷う理由はありません。だから選択します。あなたが好きだと。
She was as candid as ever.
そちらこそどうなのですか？なんだか困っているようですが。
Maybe not in the sense you're thinking.
もしかしてもう心変わりしてしまったとか。
I would never. I will love you forever and ever. I had fully intended on pursuing her romantically in the future, and was surprised she had agreed to it so soon.
よかった。フェンシングのことは答えを待ってください。 明日試合が終われば何か変わるかもしれません。
So for now, you're on the fence about it.
今日私が出せる答えはこれだけです。
I caught Ella as she fell into my arms. Whoa! I don't know what that was. However, I couldn't bear the sudden weight and lost my balance, thus falling backward on the bed. Now that we were safely on the bed, I pulled her into a tight embrace. Then, we don't need to worry about you being in a slump anymore?
そうですね。実際に動いてみないとわかりませんが。
When you say that, do you mean fencing or do you mean what comes next, which are probably dots?
集中力の意味ではもう大丈夫かと。
Really? Glad to hear it. Ah, that was a relief. I was relieved to hear that she loved me, but the competition was far more important right now. She'd worked so hard recently, and I wanted her to do well during her match.
それとオーロ、あなたは一つ勘違いをしていますよ。
Which part? Huh?
私がスランプ、集中力を欠いたのは試合が終わればもうフェンシングができないからとかではありません。
Oh, right.
まあそれもあったかもしれませんが、それより。
Ella leaned in close. She kissed me again.
うん。一週間前からこの感触がずっと頭を離れなかったせいです。
Really? So this whole thing really was my fault then? I was glad she got back on her feet, at least.
今日は夕飯はもう食べましたか？
Not yet, actually.
なら用意していいでしょうか？
Sounds good to me. Oh, but today's supposed to be... Ella said she wouldn't be making me dinner going forward, but...
用意はしてあるのです。
What are we having?
もう習慣になってしまいましたね。練習の後、当たり前みたいにスーパーに寄っていました。あなたのために料理を作るのが楽しくて。
Ella grinned shyly. I was so happy. She gathered together the various ingredients needed to prepare the same dish we'd shared on our first day as pretend lovers, cream stew. It had been rather chilly out lately, and I was incredibly grateful for it.
どうですか？
Delicious.
よかった。
We quietly ate together. There were no gleeful cheers of, "Delicious! So yummy!" We were sharing one of Ella's home-cooked meals, and it tasted incredible. These dinners felt like part of our new normal, so there was no reason to get antsy anymore. Thank you for dinner.
お粗末様です。
We calmly placed our hands together. Even though we'd just started dating, we were already starting to act like a middle-aged couple. Well, with that, when do we schedule the sex? Wait, that sounded more geriatric than middle-aged. Nothing was especially out of the ordinary. But we were no longer pretend lovers. We were real lovers. Next would come...
そろそろ。
Ella promptly going home was part of our usual routine. Going home? Listen.
はい。
I suddenly stopped her. Frankly, it would suck just to send her home now that we were no longer pretending to be lovers. I really wanted to kiss her again. Let's see. So...
なんでしょう。
How about them dolphins? I want to kiss you. Oh man, I couldn't tell her that. Not only would it be embarrassing, but we'd just finished eating dinner and I was worried I had bad breath. I mean, we had the same thing, so we would have the same breath? More or less?
オーロ？
Yeah, listen. You have any gum on you? It would be a shame for her to go home so early over a lame reason like that. I wanted to spend a little more time with Ella, and to help make that happen, how about after a shower, like we usually do? You haven't had your post-practice shower yet, right? Or did you take one when you went home earlier?
いえ、時間がなかったもので。ですが、シャワーですか?
Yeah. Ella did two things whenever she came here. Make dinner and shower. Not only was it not unnatural, it would give me a decent amount of time. Nice going, me. Weird excuse, but whatever floats your boat.
わかりました。
Ella headed into the bathroom. Okay then. Mo! I broke out a brand new toothbrush and cleaned my mouth like my life depended on it. I brushed enthusiastically enough that it might sand my teeth down, then swished around some mouthwash. Was the mint smell too strong? Even if my mouth were clean, she'd probably think I was getting ahead of myself. I rinsed out my mouth with water. Swish, swish. All right.
何が推しなのです?
I've got minty fresh breath. Nothing. Don't worry about it. Ella came back out surprisingly quickly.
お風呂、ありがとうございました。
Thanks, you too. Wait, damn it, that's not right. Sure.
ですが、オーロ、やはり考えたのですが、こういうことはですね、結婚してからでないと、
Wait, borrowing the shower should? Huh?
いえ。
I didn't really understand what she was getting at. Then, Ella,
はい。
Oh, not good. It was great I had brushed my teeth and all, but the time in between made it difficult for me to suggest that we should kiss. What should I do? I had just gotten the okay earlier, so I didn't want her to think I was being predatory.
シャワーと言われて、従った私も私ですが、オーロ、ガツガツしすぎです。そんな、さっきの今で、いきなりなんて。
We are on two similar yet different wavelengths.
そういうことは結婚してから。でも、日本の常識では違うのでしょうか。どうしよう。
What should I do? We had both gone stiff. Oh, I know. Well, why don't I dry your hair?
はい、そうですね。お願いします。
Then, this was part of our usual routine. I fetched the hairdryer and a towel. I had her sit on the bed with me behind her. I slowly combed through her hair with the gentle heat and air pressure.
そういえばこれ、久しぶりですね。
Sure haven't. Once we got back into our usual rhythm, the mood naturally lightened. She started purring. We haven't done this for the past week, after all. Now that you mention it, isn't your hair a little messy?
そうでしょうか。
Not in a bad way. There was some slight roughness as I passed my fingers through. I bet you did a sloppy job drying it this past week.
かもしれません。
You see now, you need to keep us around. That's our hook. We went to all that effort, too. Try and take care of it, okay?
オーロ、すっかりヘアコーディネーターですね。
You know it. Only for you. I have zero interest in figuring out the quality of anyone else's hair. I continued to smoothly tease her hair. Sorry, did we get a knot? When my fingers touched her scalp, Ella stirred in a bit ticklishly. Ticklishly? Alright. Whenever I did this until just a short time ago, it had felt like I had done something wrong, hadn't it? But now it was fun. Touch, touch. It's not like we have one of those alien head scratcher things, although that would be a good idea.
なんです
You know, the things with the little nodules at the... Oh, you're not asking me. Oh, I just felt like it. I gave her head a pat. Good girl.
もう子供扱いですか
Dog, cat, pick a choice. I wouldn't put it that way.
くすぐったいですよ
Since I am tickling you, yeah.
もう
Ella protested with a sidelong glance. A perfect distance. I kissed her. I get it now. I didn't have to go out of my way to say I wanted to. Rather, I could just lean in close when the mood was right. If the mood fit, I could kiss her anytime. Great success.
この感じダメ力が
Oh my god, we paralyzed her. Oop. It was more effective than I had imagined, and Ella flopped feebly over backward in place. Which was fine since we were on the bed, but... Dots.
Loveriche.
We made a transition happen. It was the last Sunday of our second term. Now that Christmas was right around the corner, today was the last day we could use the school's facilities. The day of the fencing club tournament. You can do it! Are you alright?
体が重い
Sorry.
すいませんコーヒーをいただけますか
You want coffee milk or just regular coffee?
あいあい
Ah, coffee milk.
エルったら今日に限って体調を崩すなんて
申し訳ありません昨日はいろいろあって今日のことを失念しており
Sorry, not sorry. I'm sorry. Ella was glancing at me bitterly. Well, both of us were responsible for this. Between the impact of our first sexual encounter and how engrossed we became in it, we legitimately forgot about this until just a short time ago. Just how late were we going at it last night? However many dots that was. I remember checking the clock when we were about to take another shower around 1 a.m. So after we finished showering... Ella's freshly cleaned body looked so delectable that I licked her all over, and Ella got so hot and bothered she came twice, so we went at it for a third time and then had to take another shower because that was weird. Oh, and then after that, wasn't Ella the one who licked me all over next? Wow. Then we switched to 69ing, and Ella came after some anal play. She got mad at me. We eventually made up for it our fifth round of lovemaking. Jokasaki was jealous.
オーロ何デレーっとしてるの
Not the word I would have chosen, but sure. It's nothing, really. As a result, we had gotten very little sleep. I bet Ella was exhausted after having sex in so many different positions last night.
スランプは抜けきってないか困ったね
No, she's over her slump. It's just something else. About that. She was in poor shape for an entirely different reason. But I'm not going to say that in front of these fencing club girls, otherwise I might actually die. I do think she's over the slump itself, actually. Ella shouldn't have any doubts about devoting herself to fencing anymore. The future wasn't entirely set in stone, but she could dedicate herself today to this very moment.
そうかい。集合。相手子が到着する頃だ。挨拶に行くよ。
You want I should finish him off, boss? With warm-up exercises complete, it was time for everyone to head outside. Those of us in the audience stayed inside. In the audience,
やあ、そんな嫌そうな顔しないでよ。今日は両校から許可を受けての取材だよ。ほら、許可証。
that license won't stop me. I can't read. Yes, thanks for that. That reporter from before was here.
オーロ、そちらの方は？
Some sleazebag. Paparazzi chasing Ella. Oh.
パパラッチ。我が石竹令嬢、エロイナ様を。
Around 5 black suits popped up out of nowhere.
待ってこれ、許可証
Orlacoche snaps it in half. Then Exena snaps him in half.
あら、記者の方なのね。エルの写真を撮るの？綺麗に撮ってあげてね。
はい、もちろん。それが仕事ですから。ちなみに、王女様のお写真なんかもいただけると間違いなくカラーで使えるネタになるんだけど。
シルビア様の撮影はそれなりの手順を踏まぬ場合、国際問題に発展しますが、よろしいかな。
I love Orlacoche.
冗談です。僕は1回のスクープより100回の無難な記事で暮らす人間です。
私なら撮ってもいいよ。ほれほれ、サービスポーズ。
Thank you, Reina.
おー、いいね、美少女ちゃん。嬉しいね。
Oh, okay.
彼女はフェンシング部ではないので、意味なく撮影すれば取材許可証が失効しますよ。
Wow.
お嬢ちゃん、また今度ね。
サービスし損かよ。
I mean, we already did your route, so, you know. Things were semi-tense with this old man around, but I felt better knowing the black suits were handling him today. While we were messing around, a busload from what had to be the opposing school filed into the building, and a lineup of fencing club members were greeting them in booming voices out in front of the school gates. Droves of students from the outside school made their way off the bus.
お久しぶりですわね。エロイナ・ディ・カバレロイスタさん。
I can already tell you're obnoxious.
はい。
本日は大変良いお天気で絶好のお日柄ですわ。あなたの経歴に土がつくにはね。
A girl with a funny speech pattern is picking a fight with Ella.
デスワ区長って実在するのかよ。
That was my thought too.
ミナもそうじゃない？
That's not wrong.
彼女は
知っているのか、おっさん。
日本のフェンシング協会注目の天才剣士フエン・シンクさん。
Ooh.
あの年で次の五輪の日本代表も視野に入れてるという次世代の天才がこんなところに。
Ooh, we picked the wrong day to wear Ella out. Now, this had gotten interesting. This old man was gulping.
以前あなたに負けた恥をすすぐべく最大限の研鑽を重ねてまいりましてよ。お覚悟遊ばせ、カバレロさん。
はい。
I can't tell if she actually remembers who she is or not. Strong rival characters popped up out of nowhere.
登場タイミング雑かよ。
I know, she doesn't even have a character portrait or anything.
彼女が来たとなると面白くなってきたぞ。彼女はそこらの選手より2段は上の存在だ。
But what level is Ella?
エル、大丈夫かしら。
I couldn't say until she gave it a shot, but had she managed to break out of her slump? My worries were...
では次の試合を始める。両者礼をして前へ。
はい。
はい。
エイトオブプレイ始め。
Okay. Strike.
有効
Ooh.
有効
有効。カバレロの勝利。両者礼をして下がれ。
Oh my god, that's amazing. Even on her off day, she took her out like nothing. Completely needless. Oh, that's amazing. She didn't give her a single chance to go on the offensive.
楽勝かよ。
We.
クエンさんは2段上だけど、カバレロさんと他の子じゃ5段は違うからね。
There it is.
すごいわ、エル。
いえ、応援していただき恐縮です。
Well, yeah, even though I thought I'd known Ella was strong. Looks like you broke free of your slump.
よくわかりません。昨日までも自覚はなかったですし、ただ今日は昨日までより体が迷わず動かせます。
We did it! That right. Maybe that massage yesterday worked some magic.
バカ。
That's actually probably true. We shouldn't say that around Sylvie, otherwise she's going to want one too, and that's going to be really awkward. Ella promptly finished her report before heading off. Oh, she knows. She worked her way through the rest of the competition with ease. Ella, busy after this?
はい、すいません。部の子たちが祝勝会をやりたいというので顔を出しておきませんと。
It's fine. Don't say you'll just make an appearance. Go have fun.
もともとそのつもりで仕事は外してあるわ。今日は最後までフェンシング部を楽しんでらっしゃい。
はい。
Ella and I ended up parting ways following the competition, but I wound up with other business to attend to.
私の人を見る目ってすごいと思わない？
I cannot deny that. What do you mean?
エルのことをオーロに任せた私の眼力の話を。
Ah. That night, I tagged along and hung out with Sylvie for a bit. Ella was off with the fencing club, so I decided to join her. I can't say everything's gone off without a hitch, and Ella still hasn't decided what she wants to do about fencing yet.
いいのよ。朝言われたわ。フェンシングという競技について一度真摯に向き合うって。もしかしたら私の護衛を他に譲るかもって。
Oh, wow.
エルが自分の好きなことに向き合ってくれた。それが嬉しいの。
Well, I wouldn't say tackles, because we kind of had the upper hand in the... You know what? Never mind.
あとはもう何も望まないわ。一度真摯に向き合った上で、それでも私を選ぶなら、それはそれで嬉しいと思うし。エルが本格的に競技に打ち込みたいと思うようなら、それもすごく嬉しいわ。
Yeah. I completely agreed with her. The same Ella that had let her birth and environment dictate her life had begun to focus on what she wanted for herself. That was wonderful. Sylvie was similarly all smiles. As for the rest, I felt the same. I wasn't about to lead her in either direction. This was for Ella to decide.
あ、それと聞いてるわよ。エルと婚約したんですって？
Yeah.
手が早いわね。
Well, actually, she's the one that... Yeah, sure. I'm sorry.
ねえねえ、興味があるのだけど、どこまでしたの？もう、キスはしたの？
Boy, have we. I guess.
オーラのエッチ！
Sorry that I seriously did work fast. Oh yeah, Sylvie, there's something I'd like clarification on. Nothing good could come from continuing this conversation, and I quickly changed the subject. I had something I wanted to talk to her about anyway. I'd like to ask, but I'm not entirely sure if it's okay to ask. Given her sharp intuition, she pieced it together instantly and grinned at me.
いいのよ。内緒にしておくことでもないわ。
The way Sylvie always handled things in her own unique way was a huge blessing for me. It was easy to bring up even heavy topics. I heard you're adopted. Sylvie replied indifferently. The idea never really occurred to me, even though you and Mina-chan looked nothing alike.
そうね。国では結構重要なのよ、この髪の色。シスア家は銀髪、イスタ家は金髪で分かれてて、昔は両家とも結婚相手には髪の色まで考慮してたくらい。
Wow. I was ahead.
そんな伝統があるからこそ、金髪の私がシスア家を名乗ることそのものが両家の雪解けの証になっているのだからよしよしね。
It is a given that customs varied in different countries, but they say that starts even with a difference in common sense. Maybe this was what that saying meant? That reminds me, you never did call yourself a princess back when we were little.
当時すでにシスア家に入るのは決まっていたからお姫様ではあったのよ。でも私の実感としてはやっぱりまだイスタ家の人間だったわね。エルのこともお姉ちゃんだと思ってたわ。
Do you feel differently now?
それはそうよ。エルはもう私の姉じゃない。従者よ。
Oh. I was wondering if that went both ways, but I guess that makes sense.
従者で護衛で一番のお友達。
I see. They had to eliminate their connection as sisters. That was just how royalty could be. But even with that connection cast aside, they both treasured each other all the same. I knew that was true for Ella, but it was a relief that Sylvie agreed. Well, maybe it was a good thing that you didn't call yourself a princess back then.
どうして？
If you had, it might have humbled me. Probably not. We were a lot as a child.
緊張しちゃって一緒に遊んでくれなかったと。
Yeah, maybe.
同じ寝袋で一緒に寝たり、お風呂に乱入してくることもなかったと。
Oh, I'm really glad Ella's not watching right now. I did all of that. It was a shame I didn't remember that.
タイミングにも感謝してるわ。もう少し早く決まったら、あの日本行きもなかったかも。私とエル、どちらがシスア家に行くかで揉めた時間がなければ。
Oh. That word caught my attention. There really was infighting?
それはそうよ。やっぱりエルはお姉ちゃんだもの。最終的にはピアノのうまさで私の方が楽団派にはふさわしいってなったけどね。あの時揉めたのをエルは気にしてたみたい。自分に楽団派に属する才能がないから私に迷惑をかけたって。
She's talented at many things, just not as much the musical aspects.
だからでしょうね。数年経って再会した時にはすっかりエルは騎士さんになってしまっていたわ。
It definitely sounded like the reason behind Ella's current temperament lay back in those days. That was something nobody could prevent. No matter what happened, people's personalities and attitudes toward life were influenced and shaped by the world around them.
まあ仕方ないわよね。私が適しているというよりエルがシスア家にはなれないというのが正しいんだもの。
Huh?
おっと。
Sylvie had a forced smirk, acting like she had a slip of the tongue. Ella couldn't become a part of the Siswa family? Did that mean...
シルビア様、お時間です。
あらもう？はあ あら、ここまでですって。
Wait, can you at least elaborate before you leave? Yeah. Thanks for treating me. Sylvie rose from her seat before she let me finish my sentence. The tea set was put away.
じゃあね、オーロ、おやすみ。エルのこと、くれぐれもよろしくね。浮気なんてしちゃダメよ。
I don't think you have to worry about that because I'm pretty sure she would literally kill us. I know. I said goodbye to Sylvie, although I guess it does depend on what their definition of cheating is. Like, can we be in the same room with other women, or is that a problem? Whew. A lot had happened over the last month, but in the end, everything had worked out. Flirting and doing perverted things with Ella aside, all that left was to wait for her to make a decision. There was nothing to worry about.
Loveriche.
The end of term ceremony. Heavy dots. So many heavy dots.
オーロ君、どうされました？
目にハイライトがないぞ。
レイプ目ですね、俗に言う。
No? Oh yeah? So this is how people feel when their eyes look dead, huh? I played a few visual novels that have that trope, but I never knew what it was called. Despair awaited me.
どうしたんです？一体。
The man made me his bitch.
誰に？
Noble Academy, and society as a whole.
成績、そんなに悪かったん？
I don't know. If you want to put a positive spin on it, I avoided failing, supplementary lessons, and having to repeat the year by a paper-thin margin. Our homeroom teacher seriously went on a nasty rant about that paper-thin difference in the comment field.
ああ、この先生の書簡のところね。
It was more like a novel, really. Damn it! That tyrant of a teacher's looking down on me just because I'm a commoner. Even though Reina's also a commoner, and probably did not have the same issue.
私庶民けど普通だよ。
There it is.
俺、庶民じゃないけど、辛辣なこと書かれてる。
Hey, same boat.
単純に問題を起こしがちな生徒が嫌いなんでしょうね。
Ah, there we are.
自業自得かよ。
Anyway. It's winter break. The second term was over and our long vacation had begun. That fact alone was enough for me to forget about getting my ass handed to me on my report card.
はあ、学校しばらくないのか。
I know, isn't it great? There was one person who was upset by school letting out for winter vacation, though. What's up, Sylvie? This would be a great time to get crazy excited and start going, woohoo!
テンション上がらないわよ。オーロに会いにくくなっちゃう。
Right, princess. Ah. Compared to a commoner like me, I'd imagine Princess Sylvie had a lot to do on her days off. By the way, what are you doing over winter break?
明日まずイギリスへ飛んで挨拶回りをするわ。クリスマスだから欧州の有名なカトリックの教会でご挨拶と写真撮影。
Wow.
そのまま日本へとんぼ返りして年末の慰問回りね。合間にはマスコミさんのインタビューなんかも入るし、その後は30日に帰国。ああ、そうだ、30日に帰国するんだ。もう除夜の鐘が聞けないじゃない。おこたでみかん食べながら除夜の鐘を聞きたかったのに。
That sounds rough.
冬休み休める日ってある？クリスマスの前日5時間くらい。
Wow, what a break!
他は1日16時間は動くことになりますね。
Yikes. Royalty was outstanding.
でも日本で年末年始したかったわ。
年末年始を何か特別に催すという感覚はソルティレージュにはありませんからね。
欧州ってそうだよね。年越しの瞬間だけハッピーニューイヤーってして、その後は普通な感じ。
That's not wrong.
大晦日とお正月楽しみたかったわ。
There, it'll be okay. Between her insanely busy work schedule, which was going to put her in an early grave if she wasn't careful, and her lack of free time, she looked distraught. I gave her a gentle pat on the back in an effort to cheer her up.
あら。
I've got an idea. Let's text each other on New Year's Eve. Compared to Japan, Sortilege was across the international date line, and we would be ringing in the new year at vastly different times. We'll text each other in our own respective countries the second it hits midnight. Sounds fun, right? It'll make it easy to see the difference from Japan.
いいわね。
Better than nothing. For as lackluster an event as it was, it had to be better than nothing. Sylvie smiled for me. Okay. And then...
さあさあ、そんなオーロに朗報よ。
Is it that Ella's going to be here the whole time? Yeah?
まずはレーナも含めての朗報。クリスマスにね、うちの領事館でパーティーをやるから、来られるなら来てちょうだい。顔パスにしておくわ。
Yeah, the Christmas party we know.
いいの？
A party? I have nothing to wear though.
制服で結構ですよ。ドレスが着たいようでしたら貸し出しもしますし。
What are you going to be wearing? What should I do? I'd feel pretty out of place at a consulate party.
それでもう一つの朗報。エルは日本に残すわ。
There it is! That is good news. For real? That part I was most curious about actually did come with good news.
と言っても年末には国に戻るけど、随分と空いた時間があるはずよ。
Yes.
シルビー様、本当によろしいので？
Oh, she arranged it that way. Man, good wing woman behavior, Sylvie. Thank you.
よろしいのでも何も大切なことでしょ。フェンシング部の練習も。
Ah, okay. You're going to continue?
まだわかりません。ただ昨日勝ったからそれで終わりというのはどうかと。
You are destined to do this until your defeat.
まだ迷っている段なのですが、シルビー様がやった方がいいと決めてしまって。
It was just like Sylvie to anticipate every loose end. If I really thought this through, we had talked about having Ella decide whether or not to call it quits after yesterday's competition, but she'd be getting her priorities backwards if she couldn't continue due to her job. It was a teensy bit frustrating that she was staying behind due to her club commitments rather than to be with me. But I was happy so long as I could be with Ella. All right. Between that and the excitement over winter break, I pulled her into a tight embrace. Ella looked delighted too. It's rare for you to take a proper vacation, isn't it, Ella?
そうですね。厳密にはこれまではシルビー様がご多忙である以上、私も自分から外してきたのですが。
Ooh, wow.
昨べシルビー様に命じられました。恋人になったのだから、オーロのために使う時間を考えろ。ご営業のためにオーロと距離を作らぬようにと。
Sylvie did that? Sylvie, you really were the perfect wing woman.
無論、私はシルビー様の第一の従者であり、誇りがあります。護衛をおろそかにするつもりはありませんが、オーロと一緒の時間もおろそかにはしません。
Squeeze.
ノータイムで抱きつかないでください。
I'm going to hug you now. Squeeze. You were just so lovable just now. Ella.
オーロ、変なところ。
I've just been feeling pent up since we didn't get a chance to do it yesterday. I don't think that's at all the intention, but that's what I'm doing.
ダメです。ここは神聖な武道場で。
It'll be fine. Come on, let's go down to Pound Town. Town of the Pound. Never heard anybody actually refer to it like that seriously. Oh shit. Watch it. Someone came up to stab me from behind. Fortunately, my spider sense caught it.
そっち行ったよ。さあ、袋だ。袋にしちまえ。
This is a pretty legit beating. After I got pounded on a pretty reasonable amount. Well, we did want to go to Pound Town. It was just the wrong kind of Pound Town. That's what happens when you don't specify.
神聖な武道場で何さかってんのよこの陰獣。汚らわしいわ。不潔だわ。
I still had this pain in the neck to deal with. I'd managed to humor them in some capacity while we were pretend lovers, but I guess it was time to buddy up to the obstacles around Ella now that we were officially dating.
申し訳ない。私としたことが恥ずかしいところを。
カバレロ様はいいんです。
Oh, thanks.
そうです。この陰獣にたぶらかされたに決まってるわ。
You guys have been talking to Jokosaki, haven't you? You are way off. Following that, Ella got taken away by her friends from club. The fencing club wouldn't be practicing for a while now that the competition was over, but I guess they were going to discuss future club-related plans. It would have made things awkward if I stuck around, so I left.
はあ、頭痛い。
It's not even raining. You didn't even show up to the end of term ceremony.
寝てた。
You're not suspended anymore, right?
溶けてるけど、行くの面倒なんだよな。
I don't think she's been suspended for a while. I don't think she was ever really suspended now that I think about it. Ria was the same as she always was, even with winter break on the horizon.
先輩、どうもです。
Hello, Side Rep. Hey there. You kicked the liveliness up another notch today, I see.
へへ。だって冬休みですよ、冬休み。
You're so high-spirited.
先輩はテンション上がらないです？
Well, I mean... Let's get hyped up! Was that good enough?
イエーイ！
Yeah! Alright. And those who were in the highest of spirits.
うるさいわね、相変わらず。
We'll get to you later. Sorry. Mina-chan is naturally...
予定が詰まりに詰まってますわ。もうこの後すぐ出かけまして、帰りは1月です。
Oh no! That's a princess for you.
神にゃんも即去りか。寂しゅうなるよ。
Dude. How about you?
適当。お正月には実家に顔を見せる気だけど。
That's certainly a modern approach. Mina-chan would be heading out soon. Beyond that, most of the rich girls in the dorm, starting with Akane-chan, would apparently be heading back home. I guess that means the dorm's gonna be pretty empty for a while, huh? Good, good.
なんですその笑い方。
I just thought of a funny joke. I don't remember it now.
キモいな。キモいかよ。
Don't call me creepy. It just gave me a teensy little erotic mental image, you know?
うわ、キモい。
Oh, there goes Mina.
ねえねえ、オーロ。せっかくだし、チャケバタイムと行こうよ。
Apparently, Reina is resistant to the creepiness. What are you talking about?
ぶっちゃけ話タイム。
Was I not? Then just say that without using that weird teen speak nonsense. Her slang usage came so naturally to her that I had trouble understanding her from time to time.
どうなんちゃけば、エルチンとは。
Ask all you want, but it's only the third day. Although our first day as a couple was nothing but full-on sexy time, our second day was primarily focused on the fencing competition, and today we had shared a brief conversation at school. There's nothing interesting enough to tell.
なんでい、乙女の好奇心を満たす程度の冒険しとけや。
Obnoxious.
エロいことは
Shouldn't ask stuff like that.
いいじゃないの。ちゃけばちゃけば。
It didn't feel right for me to share that information, especially since Ella was involved, and it would be awful if word got out. However, I couldn't deny that I really wanted to brag about it to someone.
もう触れたのかい。エルチンの豊満でみずみずしい天使な小生意気には。
I guess.
揉んだのかい。
I guess.
吸ったのかい。
I guess.
浮気も。
What? Why? She flip-flopped out of nowhere.
吸うのは違うかな。赤ちゃんみたいかな。なんか違うな。
I can't confirm, but I have the sneaking suspicion you didn't say that on your route. Like I care about your sensibilities. If there are fine boobs in front of them, any man would rub them, suck them, and put them in their mouth.
挟まるて。
As much as you can, I guess. Don't make me say it.
失敬。
The conversation veered a little too far in a pervy direction.
まあ、いろいろやってるようで大変結構だけど、逆に言って、エロしかしてない？もしかして。
No, not only. She hit me where it hurts. That was for sure. Sex on our first day was the most we've associated together. We largely spent our pretend period up to that point on calm events like dates or eating meals together, so there was nothing more to be done.
まあ、ともあれ。
You may want to leave, we're not done with this conversation yet. A very red-faced Mina-chan returned and was trying to act like she didn't hear our lewd conversation. Clearly she did.
ヘロイナは、あまり男女の機微というものに疎いわけではございません。あなたがリードして差し上げること、よろしくて。
Yes? Okay. I wasn't exactly great at this stuff either, you know. Then again, this was probably a case for some male dependability.
エルチン、自由時間があると言っても、帰るまでは1週間とちょっとだよ。頑張り。
Sounds awfully short when you put it that way. I had to think this through and take action. This was where my fun times with Ella would begin.
ところで、オーロは、実家には帰らないの？
I mean, in the fan disc. Good question. I'll have to turn up for a bit on New Year's.
実家欲薄いね。
Yep.
何かございまして？ご両親との仲は良好なのですわよね。
Yeah, they're extremely ordinary parents, and our household is peaceful enough that I've never even considered whether we're close or not. It's just, my parents are extremely ordinary.
あの成績表を至って普通の親に見せると、まあ説教の嵐だろうね。
Oh yes. What could I do? That night.
私が帰国する前に何度かフェンシング部で集まる機会を作ることにしました。公式ではないのですが、練習試合を行いたいという学園が殺到しているとかで。
Due to yesterday's competition?
次期日本代表の呼び声高いフエンさんを倒したことで、私を倒せば名を挙げられるということだそうです。
You know, I said it as a joke, but here we are. Ella really was amazing. I'm glad you didn't end up quitting while you were ahead.
そうですね。私自身も やめようとしていた時は漠然としていましたが、いざ続けると思えば次の試合が楽しみでなりません。
Ella had a strained smile. Given Ella's personality, she probably found her current position touchy. Cutting her guard duties short and dedicating more of her time to fencing, an activity she greatly enjoyed, had to be unthinkable for her. To do something she enjoyed, that had to be a questionable scenario for such a diligent knight like Ella. But from a commoner's perspective, that line of thinking was entirely normal. Ella should learn to enjoy life a little more. I'll have to teach you how to have fun, just like we did in bed, wink wink.
急になんです？
I saw it in a movie. Oop! Did I say that out loud? Come on, you know, we didn't get to do it yesterday after all. I scooted closer toward her. Hello?
オーロ、この件に関しては一つ言っておくことがあります。
Mm-hmm.
おとといは確かに体を許しました。
All night long at that.
ええ。
Ella?
なんでもない。何も思い出していません。
Uh-huh.
あれはあくまで特別な例だったと思ってください。場の空気に流されたというか、あの一晩だけのことというか。
Oh, what? Huh? You mean we're not going to have sex again?
ありていに言えば。
Oh. What?
そこまでがっかりしなくても。
Oh, sorry. What? But, well, no, it's not like that's what I was angling for. But we've done it once already. Actually, can you hold out? I was more exhausted by the fourth round, but you kept saying, more. I don't know why I said it like that. That was just weird.
言わなくてよい。
I kind of wish I didn't.
だからそれがダメなのです。なんというか歯止めが効かないのが。
Oh no, don't tell me we're gonna have to spend time apart from each other this week. Drew. This was my impression now that we had done it. I loved it. Ella loved it, and once we got started, we went at it like rabbits until we were exhausted. We were in the highest of spirits during. But when I considered how rough it was afterwards, maybe we should show some level of restraint? Oh, that reminds me. Were you okay at the competition yesterday? We did it so much, I was worried that you were still a little weak in the knees. Were you alright stamina-wise?
体力的には特に。むしろ気力が充実して負ける気がしないくらいでしたが。
I see no downside then. Should have expected as much. If it doesn't wear you out, then shouldn't it be fine?
オーロが困るでしょ。昨日はずっと眠そうでした。
I'll hydrate better. If I run myself ragged doing it with you, that's a life I can be satisfied with.
そういう問題ではありません。
Ah, there's a lot more to Ella than we were expecting. Ella was stubborn. When you took the risk of pregnancy and whatnot into consideration, then, yeah, what she was saying was correct. She was correct, but something felt off when she rejected it this distinctly. I was confident that we had spent a great night together the other day. Did something happen? When I asked, she was hesitant to answer. Sounded like something had come up. Why is it off limits all of a sudden? Is something bothering you? Ah, her face screamed that she didn't want to be asked. If that were the case, then I needed to pry it out of her. If I backed off now, then sex would be seriously taken off the table indefinitely. If something worries you, tell me. We shouldn't keep secrets.
ですから。
Ella. I looked straight into her eyes. We're lovers, aren't we? Are you keeping a secret from me? It was a bit sneaky of me, but I took her head on, applied directly to the forehead. Secrets weren't too big of a deal, even if we were lovers, but Ella was such an honest person that if I put it this way...
その
She spoke.
オーロに愛されるのはとても嬉しい。
It makes me happy too.
だからこそここで歯止めをかけるべきです。
Because you want delayed gratification?
そのオーロの性癖を刺激しないうちにいい形でいられる今のうちにですね。
Which one? Huh? Fetish.
オーロ、
Yes?
両辱はよくありません。
Oh, that. Right. I knew. This was a pure love game.
だからその両辱が好きなオーロの性癖を否定するつもりはありませんが、ここは歯止めをかける意味でですね、一度落ち着いて。
Huh?
私はあなたを受け止める覚悟があります。そのために両辱についてもいろいろと勉強しました。ああいうゲームの内容は頭に入っています。しかし嫌がる相手にしたいという性癖はですね、とどめておくべきだとですね。
I think I got it now. Ella...
なんでしょう。
She was under a massive misconception about my fetish, and I needed to take this opportunity to clear it up. It was a pretty rude misunderstanding to have of me, so... Maybe it would actually be better to put it to use for now? If you figured me out, that's a tough break. That I just love it so much.
やっぱり
Take this! I'm going to assault you! They're coming to get you, Barbara. I don't know why I'm channeling Night of the Living Dead. I made a move on her. I pushed her back onto the bed. This sexual business aside, I could tell she was a little turned on after I pushed her down.
いけません、オーロ。私の話を聞いてなかったのですか？
Isn't doing it when you shouldn't what makes it... Ugh, I don't like saying that. Come on, come on, come on. Time for some assault. Ugh. I'm turning off sampling for this episode. I reached for her boob.
オーロ。
Dash. Huh? Ella disappeared from beneath me. In the same instant, I was pinned at... Oh, jeez, she's turning it on its head. In the same instant, I was pinned down against the futon.
残念です、オーロ。
Ow, 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 ow. Uncle, uncle, uncle. She twisted my arm with all of her strength. Oh, that was right. Ella was considerably strong when it came to fencing too, but she was a master when it came to martial arts and apprehension techniques. Whether I did it or not was never a factor. She wasn't someone I was strong enough to violate against her will either way.
私相手であっても両辱はいけません、オーロ。
That's right, that is the answer for all of those questions. I get it! I get it! So stop! Stop!
もうやめるように。
She let me go. It's been a while since I thought my arm was gonna get ripped off.
とこのように、いくらあなたを愛していても、いえ、愛しているからこそ私はあなたの性癖には毅然とした態度で臨みます。
I think the ship has sailed as to making this a joke.
両辱はその良くないことです。
You hesitated. Listen. I got the general idea of her misunderstanding, and I immediately cut to the chase. Yes, I do love those sorts of games, but that doesn't mean any of it is my fetish. Look, over here, I've got plenty of pure love games here too.
そう言われると。
If I were to make it easier to understand, I love you, Ella, but I love Sylvie and Reina too. Also, Bria, I guess, Chokosaki, if we were talking about looks-wise. The hair. However, you're the only partner that I want to have sex with.
うん。
It's like that. I like the fictional idea of it, but that doesn't mean it's something that I want to do in real life.
そう言われると。
My explanation was a little overbearing, but she appeared to understand. By the way, given how this conversation went, the fact that you have doubts that I might assault someone must mean you suspect I might have sex with someone other than you, even though you're my top choice. Ella, do you think I might cheat on you?
そんなことはありません。
Then trust me, I won't have sex in any way that makes you sad, Ella.
信じてはいます。では、陵辱はする気がない。
Nope.
捕らえた女性の感度を3000倍にしていたぶろうとか思ってない。
How would I even do that? Nope. Her knowledge was beyond skewed.
よかった。
Sounded like she believed me. I was glad. Ella was so straightforward that as long as we had a logical conversation, even if she had doubts, we could avoid pointlessly dragging things out, or me losing an arm. By the way, I steered the conversation in the direction I had wanted to go. You mentioned doing some research on the subject earlier. How did you study it exactly? Ah, her face turned bright red. Bingo! Time to score some sweet, sweet info. Hey! How did you study it? What did you study from, and in what form did you study it?
いいでしょ、そんなことは。
Oh, but it does. I've actually had my suspicions for a while now. You can be uptight, but you know sexual terms like French kissing and whatnot. You wouldn't use words like French kissing except in sexually related instances, you know. Just plain kissing would suffice in ordinary conversation. It only came up in works separated into the erotic category. Which meant... What kind of studying did you do, Ella-san?
どうでもいいでしょう。
Elle-chan...
知りません。
She ran off. Ella's sudden ban on sex had confused me a little. But it did sound like it would be fine as long as I made sure it wasn't all I focused on. So, this wasn't extreme enough to warrant warning me. Ella's body wasn't the only thing I loved about her, after all. Although she was ridiculously hot.
Loveriche.
Alright, I think that's probably a good place to call it quits for this episode. So, we are actually fully dating Ella, and things escalated quite quickly. And on top of that, the fencing competition was a piece of cake. Go figure, she's so good it wasn't even a thing. Guess we worried over nothing, but hey. It makes me wonder that even if she were still in her slump, if she could have just wiped the floor with everybody else regardless. That would have been pretty funny, but I'm glad we got her out of it. Well, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope to see you in the next one. For now, I am one half of the Bridge Boys, signing off.